TV3's Game of the Week. Connersville welcomes Greensburg to Spartan Bowl. Boys high school basketball, Spartans and Pirates. The Game of the Week on TV3. Welcome to Spartan Bowl and high school boys basketball with two teams that are among those with the best one-loss records in Indiana. Welcome to TV3, everybody. With Ron Wiley, this is Fran Schommel. The visiting Greensburg Pirates have won 10 games and lost 1. The Spartans have won 10 times and lost twice. In addition to have 11 victories following tonight's game, the winner will also be in the top spot of the Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference. Greensburg's one loss was to Indianapolis Tinsley, 93-70 during that holiday tourney at Richmond. The Spartans also lost during that tourney to Indianapolis Cathedral, 63-46. The Spartans' other loss was to Pendleton Heights in overtime, 33-30. In that tourney at Richmond, the Spartans brought home the third-place trophy, downing Richmond 62-33 in the consolation game. Tonight's game marks the halfway point of the season with 12 games played and a like number remaining. We asked Spartan head coach Kerry Brown about the season up to now. Coach, game number 13 coming up, so we played 12. That's half of the season. Assess the first half of the season for us.
Well, I think it's went really well for us. We're 10-2 right now. Beat some good teams. Just came out of the Wedig tournament. Had a really good tournament over there. Had the best showing ever, finishing third. Our only loss was to top 10 ranked Indianapolis Cathedral. Yeah. So individually, we've got some kids doing a really good job, and as a team collectively, we've had a really good first half of the season. But I hope we finish, continue improving, and finish the season well, as that's our ultimate goal.
Conference game tonight with Greensburg here at the Spartan Bowl. This is a team that scores a little over 70 points a game. How do you stop them?
Well, they're pretty good. They got three really good scores. The Cummer kid averaging 22. We've just got to not give him any space. He's that good of a shooter. And then Wellage and Sparks are both averaging 15. So they do it a little bit differently. We've played pretty decent defense this year. We'll do our normal type of things. We'll play man-to-man and just try to know where people are at and make it tough on them to score.
Top spot of the conference is up for grabs tonight.
Yeah, they're 2-0. I think we're 2-0. Obviously, it's early in the conference season. A lot of things can still happen, but this is going to give one of us a leg up on the competition, whoever gets the win tonight.
Have you seen Greensburg? What kind of offense do they use?
They like to fast break. They run a lot of sets. They run motion like us. They just try to utilize their personnel and get it into their big threes hands, Wellage, Sparks, and the Cummer kids. So they like to play pretty fast pace on offense.
Okay, tomorrow night you go to Newcastle, another team that has a high-octane offense. What about the Trojans?
Well, they've got a couple of outstanding players, too. The Bumbelow kids, their point guard, he returns just a junior. The Gillis kid's really good, and then Williamson's a fine player in his own right. And they're probably better than they were last year. I think their other kids that are filling in for their graduated seniors are playing their roles very well. They're better defensively than they've been, so it'll be another tough test. I think they're ranked second in the state, and Greenburg's ranked fourth in the state in the 3A polls.
Had a week since the wedding tournament. How's practice been?
Really good. We gave the kids 3 days off because that was such a grind, 4 games in 3 days. So we actually gave them 3 days in a row off. The kids have come back with great attitudes and great energy. We haven't always done everything perfect in practice, but I like our attitudes.
Everybody okay?
Yeah, we're healthy and fine. No illness, no sickness right now.
Coach, have the best of luck tonight. We'll see you after the game.
Thanks, friend.
Here's Ron with the starting lineups.
Yes, for the visiting Greensburg Pirates, they are led by 6'6" sophomore, number 22, Andrew Wellage. He's at one of the guards position. Lane Sparks is a 6'1" freshman, number 20. He's at the other guard position. And running out there, 3-guard lineup is Drew Comer. He's a 6'4" junior, number 30. In the front court for the Greensburg Pirates, they are led by Mason McLeod. He's a 6'3" junior, number 10. And Kyle Sellers is a 6'4" senior, number 34. A lot of height on the Greensburg Pirates. For the Connersville Spartans, they are led by Garrett Sucott, number 12, he's 6'1", senior. Braxton Reveley's a 5'9", senior. He's number 14 at the other guard position. And rounding out the trifecta of guards for the Spartans is Noah Belt, a 6'1", junior, number 30. In the front court for the Spartans, they are led by Dalton Lee, 6-foot senior, number 22. And Wes Smith is a 6'2" senior, number 32 for the Spartans.
Okay, Ron, thanks. These teams are tied for first place in the Eastern Indiana Conference with a 2-0 record. The Spartans are defending champions. They won the championship the last 2 seasons outright, and they tied with Greensburg 3 seasons ago. The Spartans' 2 wins in the conference so far over South Dearborn 71-46 and Rushville 46-36. The Greensburg Conference wins were over South Dearborn 78-53 and Franklin County 61-51. Going into tonight's game, Greensburg averages scoring 72.3 points a game, and the Spartans' offensive average is 50.3 points, a 22-point difference. Here's where there's another big difference. The Pirates allow their opponents to score 62.2 points a game on average. The Spartans' defensive average is 39.4. And Ron, this is the best defensive average of any of the 101 Class 4A teams in the state.
Oh, there's no question that we've seen it. And we've seen Kerry Brown's team win on defense. This team may be the best defensive team that he's ever had. Stats back it up. Greensburg scores a lot of points. I mean, this is probably the most potent offense we've faced all season long. And then, of course, we got Newcastle back-to-back. So this is 2 brutal games in the Spartans' schedule. Tonight is a game for Greensburg to get back their dominance in the conference. When we first got into the EIAC, Greensburg was the king. They won 2 state titles in their reign, and we've taken that crown from them. They desperately want it back. This is the team that they believe can take the title back. Kerry Brown's team, they're going to try to dethrone them and try to keep them off the throne and keep their title. And I believe Connorsville, with their defense, is much better than their offense.
Well, defense wins ball games. We've said that every game.
Oh, yeah, definitely every game. And we've also seen how missed free throws can put games into jeopardy of being won as well. Again, this season has been one of those seasons for the Spartans, and we had a lot of questions coming into the season of what type of team we were going to have when we lost 2 stars in Grant Smith and Bo Isaacs. But this team has answered a lot of questions. They win with defense. Their offense, is starting to slowly but surely pick it up. They blew Richmond out at the last game at the wedding tournament. Again, I believe that this team is just now starting to gel at the right time.
Right. Drew Comer leads their offense with 21.3 per game. How are some of the other starters doing, Ron?
Yeah, Lane Sparks and Andrew Wellage, they have both averaged 16 points a game. 16.4 for Sparks and 16.3 for Wellage. Mason McLeod has 7.9 points a game, and Kyle Sellers 5.8. So they have 3 guys in double digits that we have to contain. Hopefully our defense is up to it, and again, they've been up to it every game so far.
We'll have an interesting ball game here tonight. The Spartans' Clay Garrison is averaging 3.5 points a game. Garrett Silcott leads the Spartans. He's averaging 17.2 points a game. Dalton Lee is at 5.3. Tyler Combs is 1.3. Noah Belt has an average of 11.1. Wes Smith is at 4.6. Jacob Brown is at 4.6. Should be a fun ball game here tonight, and the officials will be Casey Gaynor of Plainfield, Mike Daly of Indianapolis, and Steve Mazingo of Markville. We talked with Coach Brown about the Spartans going to Newcastle tomorrow night. They'll be meeting the Trojans on the Trojan floor in the biggest gym in the world, high school gym.
Yeah.
And
maybe not the best.
That's another offensive average. They're averaging 70 points a game. So tonight's game and tomorrow night's game, as far as the Spartans' opponents, are very similar.
Oh, absolutely. Again, this is the heart of the schedule. You said this is the start of the second half of the season, and it's just going to get brutal from here on out. Again, we beat Newcastle we beat Greensburg last 3 or 4 times in a row. We beat Newcastle about that many times as well, and so these 2 teams are definitely wanting to get off the losing side of things and start turning things around. And right now the Connorsville Spartans are the hunted, but I think we enjoy that.
The remaining conference games for the Spartans will be at Batesville on January the 20th. They'll be meeting the East Central Trojans on the East Central gym on February the 8th. They will be taking on Franklin County here at Spartan Bowl on February the 16th. They'll be traveling to Lawrenceburg on the 17th of February, and that will be the remaining 5 games that the Spartans have to play in the conference. Speaking of the girls, Ron, it's hard to believe that they're in their final month of the season.
Yeah, that is unbelievable. As you see the Spartan Warrior firing up the crowd as he always does. And you're right, the girls, they start sectional at the end of this month. It's hard to believe that their season's over. We have one more game with that double-double next week.
Yes.
The boys and girls back-to-back.
The remaining girls' ball games will be with Richmond on January the 9th. They'll be at Franklin County on January the 12th. Home to Garin Catholic on Saturday, January the 13th. They'll be playing Wapahani on January the 15th. Pendleton Heights on January the 19th. They'll have Rushville here at Spartan Bowl on January the 20th. And it will be January the 24th on a Wednesday when East Central closes the season with the Lady Spartans here at Spartan Bowl, and the sectional will be in Connersville this year. A Class 4A girls basketball sectional that'll start on January the 30th, continue on Friday, February the 2nd, and Saturday, February the 3rd. So it's going to be a very interesting time to have the sectional here at Spartan Bowl.
Right, yeah, and it's about time we get a sectional back.
Well, really, it's one of the best gyms in the country,
right.
So it's
not sure
to
why
be
we're
utilized.
Not,
I'm not sure either, but
yeah.
I think that there's a little bit of politics in the
be.
selection when it comes time for picking the sites for the sectionals and regionals and so on.
Yeah, there for a while we was hosting regional, but not sure why that was taken away from us.
Well,
again.
it was because some of the schools were from Indianapolis and they felt that was too far a trip for them to make. So pressure from some of the schools that were in that sectional, they finally got it changed, and I believe they're playing at Greenfield Central. So that's the main reason, I believe, that pressure was put on the IHSA selection committee, and it was moved from here at Connersville to a sectional.
Well, maybe we should start recruiting like they do. We'll become a powerhouse. But you're right, Fran. This is a hallowed place. I mean, this bowl is incredible. Every time I bring somebody who's never been here before, they're in awe of it. And it's incredible. We've been at Newcastle. We've covered games there, and yes, that's a bigger gym. But there's something about here, the closeness, uniqueness. You don't get that in any other place. And again, to not host any well, we're doing with the girls this year, which is about time, but not to have more use of this facility for IHS AA basketball is just really sad.
About to announce the visiting lineups, the Greensburg Pirates for the fans here tonight, and then we'll have the lights go out here at Spartan Bowl. National anthem will be played, Spartans will be introduced, and this game will be getting underway. Stacy Meyer, who is the coach of the team from Greensburg, is also their athletic director. So this is one busy guy, I think, with all the sports that high schools are involved in.
Yeah, because we see Duncan everywhere we go. Any sport we cover, Duncan's there. Can imagine this guy holding practice and then having to go to a swimming meet.
Greensburg in their traveling blues here tonight, of course, and Spartans in their home whites. The officials are approaching the bench here. We are just about set to go with the lineups being given. You talked about the starters for the Greensburg Pirates. The other members of their roster are Miles Wilkinson. He's a 5'11" sophomore. They also have Johnny Brown, who is a 6'3" senior. Cole Gardner is a 6'5" junior. Luke Luzer, who is a 5'9" senior, and Trevor Foster, who is a 5'9" junior. Interesting, they're starting a freshman, Lane Sparks, 6'1", in one of their spots.
Yeah, he must be outstanding. We'll
Evidently.
watch him. Yeah, we'll watch him. He averages 16 points a game.
Yeah, 16.4 points a game. So
getting ready to start the greatest pregame, whatever you want to call it, in sports.
That's right. beginning to be copied by some of the other schools. I believe East Central now darkens their gym when they announce a lineup. So
as good as us.
it's rubbing off on some of the other teams, schools. Now the introduction of the starting lineups for Greensburg. Well, it'll be good to see if the Spartans can defend against these sharpshooters from Greensburg.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they have some outstanding shooters on the floor for them. They can hit from anywhere. Again, that's where our defense needs to be in their face and not giving them any space whatsoever. You know, again, what we need to do is be able to drive, get their bigs to get into foul trouble. And, you know, again, our offense needs to gel all 4 quarters, not have those spurts and then go through a dry spell. They need to be gelling and cycling on all cylinders, all 4 quarters.
Right.
Because, you know, our defense is going to do that. Our defense has never let up all season long, and here we go.
Lights go out. Lights on the cheerleaders. Come on. I imagine when a fan from a visiting school sees this for the first time,
they wonder why their team can't do it.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, why can't we have this?
Yeah, right. This kind of a pregame ceremony. Well, it gets the fans excited, I'll say that.
Yeah. Sure, that gets me excited. You know,
that's right.
I hope I never get used to it.
Number 5, Dalton Hale. Number 10, Clay Garrison. Number 20, Derek Owitz. Number 24, Tyler Cole. Number 34, Dylan Logan. Number 42, Ethan Smith. Number 44, Drew Shirk. And number 50, Jacob Brown. Starting lineup for the Spartans. At forward, the 6'2" senior, number 32, Wes Smith. At forward, the 6' senior, number 22, Dalton Lee. At guard, the 6'1" junior, number 30, Noah Bell. At guard, the 5'9" senior, number 14, Braxton Rowley. And a guard, 6'1" senior, number 12, Kieran Silva. Connersville coached by Mr. Terry Brown. At this time, we ask that everyone please rise, remove your hats, as we honor America. Tonight, our national anthem played by the CHS Pep Band, and also accompanied by CH alumni in the pep band tonight.
Another great rendition by the national anthem guys.
Yes,
Pep
very
Band and CHS, they do a great job.
Always do a good job. with the national anthem.
First game tonight was a victory for the junior varsity of Connersville. It was 40-33, and those young guys are having a great season.
Yeah, they are. They're having a fantastic season. Coach Bottomley definitely excited about his troops, and so is Coach Brown. As you know, they're the future varsity team.
Yes.
You know, looking at the kids out there, it doesn't look like they have that big of an advantage as the paper might say. Greensburg, the guy number 22, he's about their only big. Other than that, we kind of stack up kind of nicely.
He jumps center, well-aged, number 22, and for the Spartans jumping center is Wes Smith. He's 6'1".
Yeah, we got Wellage down as a guard. That's what they have. That's what they gave us, and he's a guard. So I guess he's one of those big center guards.
Here we go, and it will be controlled by the Spartans. Nice tip by Wes Smith in the backcourt to Garrett Silcott.
Wes Smith, I don't think has been taller than anybody at the center line all season long, but somehow he almost wins every jump. That guy has some springs in his legs.
Smith has the ball. It goes out to Dalton Lee. Looks for an open man. It's Braxton Reveley. Back to Silcott. Starts to drive down. Feeds off to Lee. Good defense by this Greensburg team.
You know, they give up 60-something points a game, so we got to find that crack in the armor and be able to get inside and put some points up.
Spartans working the ball around.
Taking our time, not forcing it.
Out to Dalton Lee. Good defense by Greensburg. Spartans is trying to find an opening. There's Silcott along the baseline. It's open for a minute, but quickly the guard picks up.
Great patience we are showing.
Starting to drive down. Here's Dalton. Spartans starting to move now. Goes out to Belt.
Yeah, good defense right here from Greensburg, just not letting us get in anything. Really no picks being set, anything really being set for the Spartans. Need to really try to set something up here.
Silcott, the ball.
Here we go.
Shot attempted. Here Garrett drives down, has the ball deflected, but gets it right back. Feeds off to Lee, drives down, banks one up, will not drop. Spartans get the rebound. From out is Silcott, off the mark, a three-pointer. And Greensburg has the ball for the first time.
Yeah, had a lot of opportunities there. Just didn't get anything in the hoop. You know, took about 2 minutes off. There we go.
Silcott almost steals the ball, breaks up a play, but the ball goes out of bounds. So big touch last by Garrett will get over to Greensburg. Triggering it in will be Sparks.
Yeah, that was a great play by Garrett there. He kind of struck in there. You know, nobody. I didn't see him.
See if the Spartans' defense is as good as Greensburg was, preventing them from getting an easy shot.
You know, this is not the tempo that Greensburg wants. Obviously, you know, being a high-scoring team, they want to be able to run and gun it.
Right.
You know, they're used to already probably having 20 points by now at the end of the game, but
probably in their games by now. After we played over 2 minutes, they probably have several points. I mean, they'd have to have.
Yeah. So that
offensive foul called on Greensburg Sparks.
You know, and that's just good defense there from Reveley, getting over there, you know, forcing that foul right there, getting in the right spot. You know, that guy knows how to take a hit. He knows how to force a turnover. We're going to miss that kid when he's out of here. His defense is just outstanding. Him and Dalton Lee. Silcott
and Belt move it into front court. Too bad they don't redshirt in high school.
Yeah, I wish they would. Wish they would.
There's Silcott driving down, getting a shot, but it won't go for him. Belt fires from way out, and it's missed. Greensburg grabs a rebound. A couple of shots by the Spartans. Neither would drop.
Yeah, that lid's close, but we got to stay tight on defense.
Connersville man-to-man.
Again, our defense just as tight for them.
There's a jumper which will go, a two-pointer. Put up and in by number 20, Sparks. First score of the ball game.
Yeah, again, you know, this may not be their tempo, but their defense is playing well enough that 2 points might be the difference.
Very well could be. Here's Silcott.
No,
Loose
that's not
ball
good.
picked up by Greensburg, turnover by the Spartans. Greensburg drives down, and moving into the basket is Mason McLeod. Good play, good drive.
Just sloppy right there. That was not a good exchange. It cost us. And again, we got to get going as Jacob Brown's getting ready to come in.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like Garrison
players
too.
coming in for the Spartans off the bench with the next break. Here's Wes Smith driving into the circle, coming back out. Can't get the shot away. Now Reveille. Here's Dalton Lee. Smith pulled out in the left corner. Here's Silcott starting to drive down, sets the screen for Lee, but doesn't take a shot. Back to Silcott.
Just not being able to do anything, not being able to get inside, not anything at all, the Spartans.
So here's Silcott driving the lane.
Oh,
backhanded reverse layup won't drop for Garrett. And the Spartans,
I like that though.
Still have a 0.
Yeah, I like that though. Just not enough oomph on that one, but like the way he was able to get inside. Again, may not win that battle this time, but hopefully, we'll start winning the war by doing shots like that, getting inside like that. Yeah, it was great.
On the attack.
Great patience.
Number 22 fires long, misses. Rebound Silcott for the Spartans. Here's Lee.
And we've had a couple of those shots rim in and out like that. And we've had Noah, shoot outside. We need to get him inside as well.
Reveille works his way toward the basket, feeds out to Belt.
I would almost want Reveille to keep going on that, maybe draw their big foul.
Reveille. Now Belt starts to drive down, gives to Smith in the right corner. Here's shot by Garrett, looks good. Oop.
Follow your shot.
Too hard, off the back rim and into the hands of Greensburg boy.
Yeah, take a step or two inside. I mean, he could have maybe got that rebound.
Pirates ahead 4-0 on a couple of field goals. 2 minutes left to play in the first 8-minute quarter.
Again, having them down to 4 points with, a little under 2 minutes to go is, a little moral victory, but, we have 0.
There's a shot put up
now
and in by 20 by Sparks again. He got around his man and was able to bank one in off the glass.
Now we need to explode here a little bit. Last minute 40, we need to do something.
Spartans need a basket here. See if they can penetrate this. Well, they've been penetrating the defense.
Yeah,
the
just haven't got it.
Wouldn't drop, right?
Yeah. The glass is, or the hoop is closed up.
Lee in the left corner. Feeds underneath to Smith. West is up close to the basket. Picked one up and in. Spartans finally get a score. Greensburg quickly up court.
Yeah, we just got to start finding that rhythm.
Yes.
Glad we didn't, have a goose egg going into the second quarter.
Ooh, some steps by Greensburg boy, but
no
was
nothing called. Yeah.
There's a shot by Greensburg, missed. Nice rebounding. A couple of Spartans went high to grab the ball. Here's Silcott driving
Beautiful.
down.
Yeah.
There's his patented drive toward the basket, and the Spartans score.
Yeah, that kid right there, I tell you what, look at him. If he sees a little bit of an opening, he's going to use that quickness, that speed he has to get in there.
Here's the Pirates on the attack with 30 seconds left to play in the opening period.
They're taking the last shot.
They're up by 2 points. Number 22, Welledge, the ball handler. Feeds off to the side to Comer. He hasn't tried the shot yet tonight, and he has an average of over 21 points a game. Spartans good defense. Silcott on the ball handler. Here's a shot from the baseline, which is good, put up by McLeod. And it is an 8-4 ball game at the end of the first break, with the lead belonging to Greensburg.
Yeah, we talked about this, not the tempo that Greensburg's used to. Of course, scoring 70 points a game, you're at 20, 22, 23 points a game or a quarter, and they only scored 8. So, again, that's not their tempo, but they're up 8-4, so they like that. That's all that matters.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. Spartans have missed some shots.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean, we've had some opportunities. Just right now, the lid's closed for us.
Right.
And again, you're going to have those times. It's just a matter of just staying within yourself, staying within the game plan, and playing the way that you normally play. And eventually, the lid will start opening up. You know, we started to find a little bit of seam there towards the last minute and a half with Garrett getting inside and West getting inside. That was, you know, hopefully some precursor of things to come. We just have to, you know, tighten up a little bit more on defense, which, you know, I don't think we have a problem with that. But,
right.
You know, we definitely, without question, need to start finding our way inside. And hopefully the shots that we have been taking will start falling.
Ready for the second quarter to begin, and it will be Brown coming into the lineup for Connersville, along with Clay Garrison. So we'll have Silcott, Lee, Brown, Garrison, Belt in the lineup for the Spartans. So Braxton goes out, and Wes Smith goes out for Connersville. Number 34 will trigger it in. This is Kyle Sellers, one of the seniors on the Greensburg team. Gives over to Wellage, and the 6'6" sophomore will start the play. Gets around his defender.
Nice defense.
Tries
Somebody
a shot,
fell hard.
miss. Somebody hits the floor.
He hit pretty
Number
good.
34 hits it. Sellers shaken up a little bit.
Yeah,
He's
Sellers
all
went in
right.
there.
One of the refs is
Good defense there
calling
from
the coach for Greensburg onto the floor.
Yeah, that was a nice
You
defense
could hear
there.
that
Yeah.
youngster hit the floor. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, he fell. You know, good defense there from Jacob Brown, but the foul came in with Garrison. I guess Garrison kind of clipped him a little bit. As you know, hopefully he's all right.
See, starting to move, so hopefully he's okay. Crowd here gives him a hand as he gets on his seat. He'll be walking off the court unaided, so he should be okay. Okay, it's going to be Greensburg putting the ball in play at their end of the floor. Number 20 will pass it in. Sparks being guarded by Brown. Gets the ball into number 42, Gardner, who is in the ball game, replacing the fellow that went out. There's a long shot, number 3 by Sparks of Greensburg, and he's their leading scorer, Ron, isn't he?
Yes.
7 points.
Yeah, you know, again, they're feeling pretty good offensively. The lid's clearly open for them.
Now they're hitting their shots while the Spartans aren't, so.
Yeah.
Garrison is the ball handler for Connersville, gives to Silcott. Into Garrison, drives down, works it over to Dalton Lee. Dalton brings it out. Spartans will reset. Brown will. Belt will take the ball.
You know, it just seems like Connersville just doesn't know exactly what to do. They don't, and there was a foul on somebody. I think it's going to be on Garrett. Like an illegal screen or something.
Called for a foul. That's his first, team's second. Greensburg has committed 1 foul.
Yeah, I thought he said illegal screen. I didn't think you could do that.
Pirates with the lead and the ball will move it into front court. Here's Wellage driving down, bouncing the ball. And it is off the foot of Wellage as he starts his drive. Turned over by the Pirates. Will get the ball out of bounds to Connersville.
Yeah, we definitely, without question, need to start rolling right now, Fran. I mean, we just, you know, we're playing. We're not seem like we're organized much at all. Like right there. I mean, that ball about went off Noah's face.
Very close to a turnover.
Yeah.
Here's Garrison.
I mean, that was just an easy pass there. So we just got to be alert at all times.
Garrison out to Belt. Out to Lee. Belt starts to drive down. Feeds off. Goes to Lee behind the circle. Short off the front rim, and the rebound. No rebound. The ball just goes out of bounds after being shot by Lee, so it's Greensburg ball.
Yeah, just not good shots that we're taking right now.
No, things not going well for the Spartans.
And that's right. We know we have a lot of ball game to go, and we know that we've watched this game many times that the pendulum swings. And right now, the pendulum clearly on the side of the Greensburg Pirates. We just need to start nudging it towards our way.
Almost a nice steal by Garrison, but The ball handler for Greensburg keeps control.
Yeah, this is a big kid in there, number 42 for Greensburg.
Yes.
Yeah, he's only listed 6'5", but
The Pirates with the ball.
you know, and again, we talked about this not being their tempo, but you know, when you're up 11-4, and you know, this is that was
A close-in shot
wow.
missed, but a nice tip-in by Greensburg's player. And they go up 13-4.
Yeah, everything is going Greensburg's
Yes.
way. You know,
Here's
see
Bell.
this, not good at all.
Another turnover by the Spartans as the ball is passed.
Carey's
and
not happy.
Thrown out of bounds.
Yeah,
Kerry Brown will call for a timeout. He hopes to get the Spartan ship righted here.
Yeah.
As they're having all kinds of problems.
Yeah, we just got to start playing aggressive, you know. I mean, I think, and I don't. It just seems to be from our vantage point that we just are lacking confidence. I mean, it's just that we're again not taking anything away from Greensburg because they are playing great defense,
Right.
but we're not. It seems like we're not playing with that much confidence.
No,
I mean,
we're not playing the Spartan way right now.
No.
And we seem to be timid or something.
Right, exactly.
Right.
You know, I mean,
we just if we could get a few shots to drop, why that may change the situation.
right. I mean, there's only one foul been called on Greensburg. Let's get inside. Let's start, you know, making
Yes.
them foul.
Good point.
You know, we haven't been able to do that. You know, again, the lid's not opening up for us. Not like we've had some bad shots. We've had some good shots that just didn't go in. So, you know, again, this is not something that can't be righted. Of course, it can be,
Sure.
and these boys are capable of doing that. And you know, Kerry and his staff have all the confidence in the world. We do too. It just, you know, we got to start doing something. It's got to start it now.
Spartans have been outscored 5-0 in this second period.
Yeah, we went almost 6 minutes without scoring I think over 6 minutes. I think it was a little
Right.
under 2 minutes to go when we finally scored in the first half. So, you know, we definitely need to get things going and be consistent. That's one thing we talked about, key to the game, being consistent all 4 quarters, and we're inconsistently inconsistent.
Here's Greensburg driving down.
Yeah, that's
And another charging foul called on a Pirate.
yeah, that was definitely, and he, you know, took out 2 of our guys.
No basket.
Connersville has in the lineup right now Garrett Wicks,
His first, team second.
along with Rebele, Smith, Silcott, and Belt. Spartans on the attack. Let's see if they can get a score here. This defense by Greensburg is excellent. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it,
I can't believe they've given up 62 points a game.
that's right.
You know, I mean, you give up that many points a game. I mean, you know, come on, there's some clink in there somewhere. We need to find it.
There's Belt along the
Yeah.
baseline.
Well, he
Can't
got
get a
lucky.
shot away. He's got a couple of guys in blue right on him, and they bring the ball back out. Rebele over to Wicks. Garrett wears number 20. Now Silcott driving down, puts one up, just won't go.
No,
Spartans.
he's got it back.
Rebele gets a
Now
rebound.
he's got the
and
fouls. There you go.
comes a foul.
He's going to the line. Got to make these free throws.
Foul number 42, Cole Carter.
That will be on Carter, and
Garrett Silcott, shooting
the
2.
team's third, his first. And at the free throw line is Silcott.
Yeah, that was our first driving foul that we got all night.
Garrett makes the free throw. He's a 79% free throw shooter going into tonight's game. He gets the second one.
Which is low for him. I mean, that is
Yes.
that is low
Very,
for him.
very low, right. Oh, there's a
Yeah, I thought there was a foul.
close-in shot by Greensburg, missed. Nice rebounding Connersville Smith. Here's West with the ball, driving down, putting it
beautiful
in.
job.
Nice job. Now
Gotta
the
get-
Spartans beginning to
Yeah,
take a little bit of charge
yeah.
in this ball game now.
Got to
They-
get Wes inside more. Good things happen when he gets inside.
5-point lead for Greensburg here in the second period. Nearing the 3-minute mark as the Pirates move the ball. Here's number 30 getting free for a shot, but it won't drop. Oh, teammate rebounds and puts it up and in. 4 points Who was that, Ron?
That was
Carter?
Carter.
Carter, okay. Yeah, he's in the ball game, replacing the fellow who was shaken up on that fall. So the Pirates are just one change in their lineup from the starting, where the Spartans have subbed. Silcott goes down, shot is missed, fight for the rebound, won by Greensburg. Pass breaking
Nice
down
defense.
court, ball loose, put up and in by number 20, Sparks. He's a one-man wrecking crew tonight.
Yes, he is.
9 points for Sparks.
Yeah, we had that mini run where we scored 2 in a row, and they've come back and scored 4 in a row, 4 points. 2 baskets.
Their defense again. Silcott with the ball. Starts to drive down. Can't get through. Feeds to Wicks. Out to Belt. Over to Rebely. Drives down. Backs his way toward the basket.
I just wonder if Rebely can just go
Belt.
up for a shot, maybe get a foul.
Noah drives down.
Noah, wow.
Loose ball. Belt falls down. Greensburg has the ball in front court.
Like when Noah drives, he doesn't have any fear, but there it just, that was good defense.
There's a foul on Connersville coming up.
Wicks.
It's on Wicks. His first, team's third. Teams are tied at 3 in the foul department. Here comes Shirk into the ball game for Connersville. 1:48 on the clock. Wes Smith comes out. We're nearing the end of the first half of this ball game, and it's been Greensburg in control. Goes an inbound pass taken by Greensburg. A Belt on defense falls down as the ball goes in. There's a 3 by number 30.
Okay, we got to pick it up. They're on a 7-0 run.
Spartans down by 12 points.
Yeah.
There's Belt hitting a 3.
Yeah, we need a few more of those.
22-11 with the Pirates in control. They have the ball. Here's the ball put up and in. A foul called on Connersville. At the free throw line will be a Pirate.
Foul 22, Dalton Lee. His first.
Fouls on Dalton Lee, his first, Spartans' 4th at the free throw line. Greensburg, and missing on the free throw is number 20, that's Sparks. Shot is up, and this one is also missed.
Good.
Greensburg misses a couple of free throws. Now the Spartans need to take advantage. There's Silcott
Not sure why
hit
there
in the
wasn't a
face,
foul.
but no foul called.
Yeah, surprised.
Here's Belt. We have a minute left to play, first half. Been pretty well Greensburg in control. Spartans moving the ball around. Dalton Lee looks to the bench for guidance here, and he gets a signal for the Spartans will go for one shot.
Yep.
As we have just over 30 seconds to go, and see if the Spartans can convert. It would be a real booster run if they could.
Great, especially if we get a 3 out of this. That would be great.
They really need something here to get them started.
Drive and get a foul would be fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, I wish we, with being down 9 right now, with we got the ball with a little under a minute to go. I would have probably went for a shot earlier, and maybe our defense forced another shot. But
yes,
again, we need to be able to take something good going in, and so I see.
Better hurry.
Yeah.
Not out of time. Here's Smith firing on. Silcott firing on. And as the buzzer sounds, the ball goes through the hoop. That's the Spartans that the fans have been waiting to see, that kind of play, Ron.
Yeah, we definitely needed that, very much needed that. Because that could have turned into a disaster with, 2 seconds to go and that far out from the glass.
I thought they were using up too much time.
Yeah, I did too.
Spartans had a 10-point second quarter, but Greensburg had a 12-point second quarter.
Yeah, just not the game that the Spartans want right now. Definitely this is not the score that you want for the Spartans. But you know, again, there's a lot of ball game to play. You know, again, as you said, don't play so timid. You know, that could have been a disaster with, you know, again, 2.9 seconds to go, right? And all of a sudden we're that, you know, 20 feet away from the glass, from the hoop, and then you toss it out to Garrett. That could have been disastrous.
Absolutely.
Thank goodness it went through.
I mean, that may change. Change things.
Yeah, you're always looking for something to get that spark, and hopefully that was the spark that we need to get things going.
Well, I'm sure certain Coach Brown will make some adjustments. And Greensburg will make some adjustments too, but
well, you know, we talked about, you know, the tempo. We talked about the tempo of the ball game. The tempo of the ball game definitely is not Greensburg. I mean, they're right now they're at 35 points normally.
Yes.
They're over, you know, 35, 37 points at this point in the ball game. They're only at 20. And so generally they score that in a quarter. So this is not the tempo that they want, but they like the score. They like being up 6. What we need to do, this is what we're used to, this type of game what we're used to, is we need to really just start playing aggressively, not being over-aggressive, but playing more aggressively, offensive. We haven't seen that aggressive all game long.
Well, if we could get the lead, and then we could start playing the kind of ball we're playing now, taking a lot of time between shots.
Yeah, but right now, again, we need to just pick up the aggressiveness. And, you know, again, maybe get inside, draw some fouls from them. That helped us a lot whenever, you know, we have gotten inside. We've drawn a foul or two, and the same thing with them. So, you know, that does tend to work at times. We just got to not, again, be overly aggressive, but, again, play with more confidence and less timid, as you mentioned.
8-4 was the first quarter's break with Greensburg out in front. Now they lead 20-14. We're at halftime of tonight's game. Again, a conference game. Both teams are tied for the top spot in the conference with 2-0 records. So this will determine who will be leading in the conference. JV game again tonight was a victory for the Junior Spartans, 40-33. It is 14 Spartans, 20 Greensburg here at the end of the first half. We'll be back with the third quarter of tonight's game right after we stop for this on the TV3 Game of the Week.
Bigfoot or
play basketball.
the boy found.
Okay, Ron, before we begin the second half of tonight's game, let's again look at the scoring.
Yeah, for the Greensburg Pirates, they are led by Lane Sparks, 9 points. Cole Carter and Mason McLeod have 4 each, and Drew Comer has 3 for the Greensburg Pirates. For the Connor's Spartans, they are led by Garrett Sokot, 7 points. Noah Belt has 3, and Wes Smith has 4. They need to have more people scoring, and they need to really start scoring now.
Right. Yeah, let's see who gets off to the best start here in the second half.
I mean, really, the way Connersville has played, I'm, you know, definitely surprised we're only down by 6. But again, that's our defense keeping us in the ball game. Offense just needs to start.
Yes.
Right now.
Belt will trigger it in for Connersville as the Spartans will be beginning a third period here with the ball. Down by 6 points. Here's Reveille, number 14, gives to Silcott. Now Belt. Back out to Silcott. Anxious to see if any adjustments were made that will help the Spartans. Here's Dalton Lee starting to drive down. Smith puts one up. Oh, nice little floater up and in.
Yeah,
Wes Smith gets the first 2 points for the Spartans. They pull within 4.
Yeah, very easy shot there for Wes, getting him involved. We definitely need him to get inside more. That's a couple points right there, Fran, that a couple times that he's gotten in like that.
Let's see if Greensburg answers that basket by the Spartans. They're Got a guy open, ball knocked away for him momentarily, but Greensburg keeps control.
You know, we're able to disrupt offensive.
There's a whistle stopping play and a foul on Connersville's 32. That's on Wes Smith.
Yeah.
Non-shooting foul. That's first of the second half. Wes is first. Ball put in play by Greensburg. Spartans set the defense. Here the Pirates shoot long and hit a three. That is Drew Comer. Those his first points, Ron?
No, that's his second three.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his second three of the night, and they've been shots from way downtown like that one.
He averages 21.3 a game.
Yeah, he's way off his average.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't get hot.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't get hot.
Here's
he can
Belt
make from
firing
anywhere.
long and just off the rim. Noah having problems tonight with his threes. Quickly up court Wellage for the Pirates. They grab the rebound.
You know, Noah just has that 1-3. Other than that, it's, you know, nothing for him. And again, that's just for everyone on the Spartans.
34 fires from the corner, misses, but grabs his own rebound for Greensburg.
Because he took that step in.
Nice play by the Greensburg team. Sellers scores, and he has 11. Spartans now bring the ball into front court. Down by 9 points. Stays 9 as Silcott misses a long three.
Yeah, if we're going to shoot those three, we need to have some bodies and ice.
Nice steal by Belt for Connersville. Fast break. Lays it up and in.
Yeah, that was very good.
Right. Nice steal by Belt.
Yeah.
Here's Greensburg. Driving down. Shot is missed by the Pirates. Up close. They're missing. They're up close, but they're hitting the longs, Ron.
Yeah, they can. That's a walk.
Traveling called on Wes Smith as Wes hurrying toward the basket. Turnover by CHS.
Yeah, the faithful not happy with that. They thought one of the Greensburg boys on their last possession walked and didn't get called. So we were upset that Wes got caught, but Wes did walk, and that's how you call it.
Dalton Lee pressing the ball handler as he moves into front court. Wellage dribbling the ball around. Feeds over.
You know, and again, I would rather them take these long shots, and here that's off
There's a nice steal by the Spartans.
Yeah. Again, defense is starting to be a little bit more aggressive, Fran. You're seeing that. You know, we're forcing the issue a little bit more. Now we just need to get aggressive offensively as we see 24 coming in for the Spartans. Combs.
Tyler Combs will come in, and Wes Smith will come out.
Yeah, Combs is one of those guys that, you know, getting first varsity play this year during his senior year. Glad to see him getting on the floor.
Here the Spartans on the attack, down by 7. Here's Silcott. Dalton Lee works the ball behind the circle. Out to Belt. Rebele works underneath the Silcott. Oh, it's almost a nice alley-oop, but it didn't work.
Too hard right there.
Greensburg with the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that at this point of the ball game, although it would have been an adrenaline pump.
Greensburg on the attack. Whistle stops play.
Call Dalton on that.
Falls. The foul on Dalton Lee. Team's second, his second. Number 20 will put it in place. Sparks for the Pirates. Dribbling the ball out at midcourt. Comer.
Yeah, again, they look very calm, very relaxed, Greensburg, and you know, again, we got to be a little bit more aggressive defensively, and there's a foul against Greensburg.
That was not near the ball.
Yeah.
It was on number
that's
30, Comer.
That's a coach's worst call right there.
That's his second.
foul away from the ball, especially on the offense. That's just, you can't have that. But we'll take it.
Here comes Spartan setting up the play. About 3.5 minutes to go in the third period. That's Combs with the ball. Out to Lee. Silcott pops one from the free throw circle, won't go.
And that's the shot you want to take right there, Fran. That's within 10 feet. You definitely want to get that to that guy right there, Garrett Silcott.
Well, it's 22, hitting a three. Boy, these guys are unstoppable from the way out.
No, they're not. Now they're up by 10. Carey's calling a timeout, and I think it's going to be a full timeout. He's not happy at all, and I wouldn't be either. Again, we're just not playing aggressively offensive.
No.
I'm just not sure, and the boys are not happy.
Well, we're playing their game we have since the opening minutes of this ball game.
Yeah.
And Greensburg has taken the Connersville crowd out of the ball game.
Oh yeah, we're definitely out of the ball game. I tell you what, our boys definitely they're coming onto the bench. They're not happy. They're slapping their hands against the seat. They're not happy with themselves at all. But that just shows me that they're going to make a comeback. I mean, these kids are they're not quitters at all, Fran. You know that.
Oh, we know that. We've seen them come back often in this season. So, but it's critical that they begin the comeback shortly here.
Yeah, we definitely need to come back shortly. We need to come back right now. Again, defense not playing bad at all. Again, this team scores 35.5. And we're here, more than 3 minutes to go, a little bit more than 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they only have 28. So defense, we're playing phenomenal. That goes without saying. Offense just does not match up to the defense.
Right, they're accomplishing what they want to do. They want to keep the score low, but
we're not scoring points.
Unfortunately, they're on the wrong end of the score right now.
Yeah.
Belt will trigger it in for Connersville. Noah with number 30.
Yeah, we've won 22 EIAC straight games in a row, and I forget what team was our last loss. It may have been to Rushville, I don't remember, but nonetheless, it's been a long time since we've lost an EIAC game, and we definitely don't want it to be here on our floor right now. We actually don't want that streak to ever end.
Reveille, Combs in the lineup, Silcott, Belt. Good defense by Greensburg. You have to give them that. I mean,
they are.
And Spartan shots have just been rimming the basket. Greensburg's defense is just.
This game sort of reminds me of the Mount Vernon game at the sectionals, where it just seemed like we just couldn't do anything. And
as Silcott goes in for a shot, he's bumped and misses, but he'll be at the line.
That Mount Vernon game, it was kind of like this, where our offense just wasn't doing anything. You just see Garrett go in there, drawing the foul, and but we were able to slowly but surely make our way back, force it into overtime. That's when we took over, and good. And we're hoping that we're able to do this and come back from here.
Silcott makes the free throw. Here's his second try coming up. 2:22 on the clock here in the third period. Garrett fires and hits. Connersville down by 8. Greensburg with the ball. Here's Wellage, number 22. 9 points for Silcott so far in tonight's game. He averages 17, just over 17. Here's number 20 firing and finally missing a three.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Spartans grab the rebound quickly up court. Here's Dalton Lee. Gives to Silcott. He'll drive down for the lane. Puts it up and in. That's what the Spartans need. He's at 11 points. The Spartans have pulled within 6. There's a Greensburg shot missed. Ball knocked away by Spartan, the official rules, but the officials in the stands don't like the call.
You're absolutely right by that.
They thought a Greensburg boy put the ball out.
Boy, I tell you what, Braxton.
Boy, that was a crazy turnaround shot missed by Greensburg. Now the Spartans a little bit picking up the pace. A basket here would do wonders, I think. Whistle stops play, and the official points to.
Oh, I thought he was calling it on Dalton. He was pointing over there.
Calls on the guy in blue, and that's the third on Comer.
I was about ready to start crying. I thought he looked like he was pointing right at Dalton.
Here is Tyler Combs coming to the bench. Did a good job handling the ball when he was out there.
Yes, he
Spartans,
did.
meanwhile, will inbound at their end of the court. Here's Silcott with it. Works it in to Smith. Silcott, Garrett goes toward the basket. Tries to put one up, misses, fights for the rebound, loses that battle. And a Greensburg player will move it into front court.
He was wanting a foul on that one, hoping he would get one, and he needed a little bit of help. We've cut the lead to 6, our closest we've had in a while.
Greensburg is a little over a minute. No, they start to drive down, but here's Wellage in the lane. It's blocked. He can't get through. Works out to a teammate. Let's see if the Pirates go for the last shot of the third period. Not sure what their coach signaled to them. Right now the ball handler is Sparks.
Actually, I forgot.
Now it goes to Wellage.
We're within 6 points at half.
Whistle stops play, and a foul on Connersville.
Yeah,
right. Number 22. Dalton Lee, that's Dalton's third, team's third. Braxton Reveley out of the ball game for Connersville, and Clay Garrison is in. Or the 38 seconds remaining on this clock. Here is Dalton Lee coming out. Combs comes back in. Not sure what that's all about. The official talked to Dalton.
Yeah, I don't know what it was either.
I don't know either. He comes out. Greensburg ball comes into Wellage. Half a minute remaining, third period. Pirates will move the ball around, wait for the seconds to tick down to probably 10 or so.
Yeah, we got to stop them. We definitely cannot have them score. Just can't.
They'll go for a 3, I'm sure. They've been pretty successful at their long-range shots here tonight. Here's Wellage. Garrison on him, and Wellage falls down. Whistle. I think they're going to call one on Garrison.
Yeah, that's not good. That's on Wes Smith.
On number 32, that will be on Smith.
It looked like he put his arm out there. But that's not a shooting foul, but yeah, it looked like his arm.
The ball put in play by Wellage, puts it up, misses. And Stacy Meyer, the coach of Greensburg, wanted a foul called. Yeah. No whistle from the official, so Meyer will break up his conversation with the official without winning.
Yeah,
so, right. We played 3 here tonight, and it's a ball game that has a 28-22 score. Greensburg scored 8 points in that period. The Spartans scored 8 points in that third period. Here comes Jacob Brown in for Connersville, reporting into the official score.
Yeah, we definitely, without question, Fran, have to have the best quarter that we've played all season long. In this quarter. We've had a few of them. Again, that's when our offense, again, most of our offense this season has been in streaks. We haven't had that streak yet.
Yes.
This game, hopefully we can have a streak now. Our defense keep up the pace that it's playing, and our offense just goes out of this world. That's what we need right now, without question. We need to have that streak. We need to, definitely outscore them. By 20. That would be great, but nonetheless, we we definitely need to have the quarter, the end all quarters, this quarter coming up, and
okay, buzzer sounds. We're ready to begin the final 8 minutes of tonight's game. A couple of teams with each one with 10 victories. Wellage will put it in play for Greensburg. He wears number 22. Just a sophomore at 6'6". And the Spartans have a sophomore at 6'6", Jacob Brown. He's in the lineup for Connersville right now. Where's number 50? Greensburg with the ball. Tapped away by Garrison. Nice move, but Greensburg saves it. Wellage has it. The Pirates working the ball. This is Wellage pulled out. Garrison's on him. He's No backs off. Here's Wellies driving down, putting it up and in, and scoring, and a foul called on Connersville.
It's going to be looking like a Brown. Yeah.
Jacob Brown picks up his first foul of the ball game, team's 5th. Number 22's at the line, Wellige, with a 16.3 per game average. Has one free throw coming. The field goal was good. Makes it a 3-point play. He has 6 points, and his team is up 31-22.
Yeah, and all 6 this half. For Wellige, we kind of did a good job shutting him down.
Connersville on the attack, having a tough time penetrating this defense. Greensburg, Silcott works it out to Belt. Noah finds an opening, drives down,
man.
just won't drop for the Spartans. Here's Silcott hitting a 3. Spartans fans like that, as Garrett at 15 points.
14, I'm sorry, can't add.
Greensburg on the attack. 31-25 is the score.
Yeah, Garrett 14 points. Sorry about that, Fran. He's, you know, I tell you what, this kid, whenever you need something, he's always there.
Yes.
Garrison was about set on by Wellige.
Another call, Garrison. Play. Going to call foul on Connersville's number 10, Garrison.
Yeah, there's a huge mismatch with Garrison and number 42 there for Cole Carter.
I mean, his second foul, 16th foul, as Greensburg puts it in play at their end of the court. Moving the ball. Into the corner it goes. Taking time off the clock are the Pirates. And now a short timeout being called by Greensburg. I'm sure they're going to use the clock here as much as they can.
Yeah, without question. I mean, that's, you know, I'm sure that's something they're not used to doing, you know, scoring that many points in ball games to eat the clock. But right now I think that's probably their game plan. But again, if you've noticed, their defense seems to be a little bit more aggressive, kind of trying to keep the Spartans from getting that little bit of a spark. But you know, again, I still think we need to play aggressive defensively and get more aggressive offensively.
6:15 to be played in tonight's game with a 31-25 score in favor of Greensburg.
Yeah, and it's not an insurmountable lead, but the way our offenses have played it, you know, it might as well be 100 points. I mean, it just seems like we can't get closer than 6, and we need to be able to cut it, their lead down. We need to, you know, we need to really stop them right here and then come back and maybe hit a 3 or get a 3-point play. You know, we need to really dig into that lead right now. Stop them now. That's the first thing we need to concentrate on, stopping them now.
Pirates have led all the way.
Yeah, I think they went the first 2-3 minutes of the ball game without scoring.
Yes. Connersville's defense. There's Greensburg spreading the offense as we go under 6 minutes left to play. Pirates will take all the time in the world.
Oh, wow.
It's a high pass that Greensburg was able to gather in. It was headed for the stand.
Yeah, right. That's a pass as a coach you hate.
Greensburg now in no hurry to take a shot. They're just protecting the lead. There's a bad pass. Stays in bounds.
Good.
But Braxton Reveley steals the ball for Connersville, brings it up court. Belt drives around, being bumped a couple of times.
Smack.
No foul.
Yeah, that's
called as he wanted a foul in the worst way. There was a loose ball tapped away by Greensburg. It will be Spartan ball.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, replay heard the smack. I mean,
yeah.
I can't believe Noah didn't get called for that. He about lost an eye. I guess if his eyeball popped out, they would call a foul. That's just crazy. But, you know, Noah's sitting there talking to him, and he's hearing the explanation of why that wasn't a foul. The referee said if he would have bled. Oh, there's a foul on number 20.
Foul called on a Greensburg player. Sparks is second, team's 4th. Here's Belt looking for an open receiver. Finally goes to Silcott. Garrett drives down, moves toward the basket, misses a close-in shot.
Oh, man.
Rebound by Lee, knocked away from him. Greensburg boy goes down, tries a shot, missed. Belt grabs the rebound. Here's Dalton Lee being fouled.
That's all right, he's going to the line. I tell you what, a crazy chain of events right there. I saw at least a couple fouls that weren't called right here, but you know, again, the ball gets to Dalton inside, and he's going up, and you know, he gets.
He's pretty upset.
Yeah. Oh, there should be
here's a technical going to be called on Greensburg on the bench. Coach.
Is there a T?
I think so.
Oh, a bench warning. I guess they gave him a bench warning.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell you what, there have been some fouls that weren't called. I can see
He
some
slammed
frustration.
his fist into the bench, and I thought a technical was going to be called.
Been a T.
Here is Dalton Lee at the line, hitting a free throw. Dalton will get a second try here.
If that were you, they would have teed you up.
Pardon?
If that were you, you'd have been teed up.
That's right.
Ah.
Second one is missed by Lee. Spartans down by 5.
That's right. We just need to stop them right
left
now.
to play.
Yeah,
Spartans can cause a turnover here or something.
Yeah, or get the rebound. We haven't gotten that much glass tonight.
That's right. You're right. Here's a Greensburg boy driving the line, trying a shot. Offensive foul called on Greensburg. That's the third of the night. Here's the Greensburg coach up questioning the call, but
he's going to have to throw himself out of the game.
It's a Greensburg lineup change. Sellers will come in, and number 10, McLeod, will go to the bench. Meanwhile, Spartans put the ball in play in backcourt. Down by 5, 4.5 left to play. Reveille out to Silcott. Silcott goes down. Scores. It will not count. There was a foul called before he started toward the basket.
Yeah, saying the foul happened
to be called on Sparks. Silcott will be at the line.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they didn't get a continuation on that. Oh, he is going to the line. Well, that's their 7th. But still, we could add a 3-point play on that.
Yes. Yes. We've had that happen tonight.
Yeah, a couple
we
times.
missed the close-in shots and we're fouled, and we just missed the initial shot.
You know, I tell you what, the way their coach is blowing up like that bench warning may come back to bite him if they get a T caught up with the way that we're coming back.
Yes. 31-27. Free throw is in and out by Silcott.
That's 2 points that we missed at the line.
4-point lead for Greensburg as Wellich hurries it in front court. Dalton Lee on him. Here's Silcott guarding the ball handler. Ball is worked around by the Pirates with just under 4 left to play. There's a player getting free for a shot, laying it up and in. Spartans down now by 8 points for the shooter for Greensburg. Belt. Out to Lee. 3.5 minutes to go. Connersville, this defense of Greensburg is just keeping the Spartans from scoring quickly.
I know, and that's how you stop a run, is to not be able to score quickly.
And here's Silcott out to Reveille. Here's Belt. He'll drive down, feed off to Silcott from the corner. Got a three. 33-30, 17 points for Silcott, and a timeout taken.
Yeah, you know, if we go back to the missed free throws from Dalton Lee, he missed one, and Garrett missed one there. We would be down only 1 point. Again, free throws are very, very important. We'd be down 1. The complexity of this game would change completely. You know, right now we can only tie with the three-pointer. Again, we have to stop them this time. I mean, that goes without saying.
Had so many shots, Ron, that were close in and just dropped off the rim. That
yeah.
Normally would go would go in.
Yeah, we've missed a lot of
Yes.
shots that you would say were easy. It'd be easier if we didn't have anybody around us, but nonetheless, some close-in shots didn't go in. So, again, we've had a lot of things that didn't go our way or haven't gone our way so far tonight. But to be down 3, that's awesome.
The Spartans would ever get the lead, the roof would come off of this building, I think.
Oh, without question. I mean, we definitely. We've talked about this. This roof is hanging on by the hinges.
Greensburg ball in back court. Spartans pressing now. Reveille on the ball handler. Moves it into front court. Pirates on the attack, protecting a lead of 3. They're driving down and making a few steps, it seems like. There's a turnaround shot put up and in.
I don't know how
by
you can get
number
away with
30, Comer.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you can get away with carrying for that, but that's what he did.
He has 8 points.
Yeah, he carried that. That's amazing.
Yes, I mean, this is not the NBA, folks.
Oh, it's not football either. You can't carry a ball like that. I do not know how he got away with that.
I don't know either. I mean, the ref was right there on the play, and
and
it doesn't make sense.
I mean, he carried it like a football.
Right. Here's Lee with the ball. Dalton not shooting, working it underneath. Oh, reverse layup by Wes Smith. Nice. 35-32. 8 points for Wes Smith tonight.
Have to stop him here. Goes without saying.
2 minutes on the clock. There's a ball, guy getting loose, popping one up, missing, rebounding Spartans. Down by 3 points. Here's Silcott with the ball. 1:45 on the clock. Underneath is Smith. Oh, misses the layup in close. Greensburg with the ball. He got a signal from the bench to slow it up.
Yeah, definitely want to slow it up. Want to eat the clock because they definitely, without question, do not.
A minute and a half left.
And they're calling timeout.
And a timeout being taken by Greensburg.
Yeah, that shot from Wes Smith. I mean, good defense from Greensburg by not forcing. A lot of times when you go in for a shot like that, you're expecting to get some contact.
Yes.
So you kind of alter your shot a little bit whenever you feel like contact's coming. They backed away. There was no contact. That kind of forced, because Smith was kind of forcing it as it is to play it a little too hard. And went off the back of the rim and didn't go in. And boy, Smith wish he could take that back. And you see the faithful right there, rooting their team on to make a comeback here. We're down 3, 1:28 to go. Again, this ball game is still very winnable.
Greensburg setting up the play, and they will be controlling the ball when this timeout's over. Greensburg has committed 7 fouls, so that means any foul they commit will be the Spartans at the line. Connersville has committed 6.
Yeah, 1 more and they're at the line, so we really have no fouls to give either.
There's the buzzer, and we are ready to go for 1 minute and 28 seconds of basketball here at Spartan Bowl tonight on the TV3 Game of the Week.
Check us out on YouTube.
Greensburg will be putting the ball in play.
YouTube.com/local
Spartans
TV.
have their starting 5 still in there. There's the ball put in play, almost a steal by Silcott, but he couldn't quite get it. Here are the Pirates. Underneath, got a man open. Lou misses the ball, and the Spartans got the rebound. Oh, they missed a close-in shot, I guess.
About time.
Just whatever was biting the Spartans on those kind of shots. Lay it up and in is Silcott as he drives around a couple of defenders, and it's 35-34. Timeout taken by Connersville.
Yeah, that is why I tell you what, that was great defense there from Dalton Lee. I mean, Dalton went high. I mean, I've never seen that kid jump that high in their life. And that, again, that forced the big guy from Greensburg to mess this shot up right there. I mean, he kind of was expecting some contact. He didn't get it, and his shot went short.
1 minute and 3 shows on the clock in this game. And it will be Greensburg with the lead of a point. They will have the ball. Terry Brown instructing his players as to what he wants them to do.
Yeah.
Timeout's over. Made the most important minute and 3 seconds of the season, Ron.
Yeah, right
coming up here.
Yeah, because you know Greensburg wants to play keep away.
Yes.
They would love to score if they can. You know, if we're
Spartans don't want to foul. Wellage quickly in front court, drives down, feeds off. Yeah, Greensburg trying to hold the ball. There's a...
Oh, he walked. I cannot believe that. That is unbelievable. That is
Spartans fans a little bit unhappy with some of the officiating here. Here's a steal by Silcock.
He's
driving down, going up, laying it up, missing the shot. Belt puts it up and in, and the Spartans have the lead.
Unbelievable.
36 to 35, 26 seconds on the clock, and Greensburg will go for a final shot.
Yeah, this is unbelievable.
Here's Rutledge driving down. Charge and foul call on number 22 of Greensburg. And the Spartans will have the ball, putting it in play. They'll be at the free throw line.
Yeah, definitely a foul right there for Rutledge.
I guess the officials ruling a...
I'm surprised we're not. Yeah, that's 8 fouls. I don't know why we're not at the line, but I guess if it's not offense, I don't know how that
I'm not sure what the ruling is on that, but I thought it was an automatic. We've seen them go to the line.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
7. So I don't know, how to make that decision. Belt has to get the ball in play, goes to Dalton Lee, and he's fouled. Now he'll be at the line, Noah Belt.
Yeah,
the Spartans' best free throw shooter with 80% of his free throws going through will be at the line.
You know, you mentioned, Fran, we talked about it before the game, that defense wins this ball game, and I tell you, we've seen some good defense from Greensburg and good defense from Spartans. And the Connersville Spartans defense has ridden them to this 1-point lead with 15 seconds to go.
Noah
needs to expend it.
At the line, shooting free throws.
Yeah, he's got to hit 2 of them right now.
Right, because the Spartans lead by 1. And here's Noah's free throw, good. They lead by 2. 1 more. And Greensburg will have to, he's got it. Beautiful. Spartan fans happy. 9 points for Belt.
Yeah, you know they got to hit 3.
And
They've hit some.
Has to hit a 3. There it is, and it is.
Hit it.
With 3 seconds remaining on the clock, we are tied at 38, folks.
Yeah, and they've hit 3 from, you know, people in their face. They've, you know, again, that's a great shot right there.
Their threes have been right on the mark tonight.
Yeah, we got 2.9 to go. I thought he called timeout with about 4 to go.
The clock ticked off a few seconds after that shot. There should probably be close to 5 seconds on that clock.
That's what I thought. I thought he called timeout immediately, but it's when they hear it, and they heard it, 2.9 to go. You know, again, we've seen Garrett drive, you know, get something close to him and get the drive. But, again, the fact that we're going into overtime or possibly going into overtime shows you just how much these boys have came back and played very well.
Right, the momentum has shifted in the 4th period here to the Spartans. So if they can continue that into the extra 4 minutes, if we go to the overtime.
Yeah, again, we got 2.9 seconds to go, and hopefully we'll be able to, you know, get a Hail Mary. You know, that's what we need. We need a big one right now. You know, again, our defense just picked it up. You know, our offense kind of, you know, did much better that 4th quarter. We talked about the need for that, and you know, again, just shocked at how these boys have. Well, I shouldn't be shocked, Fran. That's not a good word, because we've seen these kids battle adversity.
Absolutely,
and they never have given up.
Things weren't going well tonight for them most of the ball game.
Yeah.
How they put it in play with just under 3 seconds left to go in regulation.
Yeah, and the complexity of this game has changed big time for Greensburg because of the fact that
if they foul Garrett, he fires long, and it hits the rim and bounces off, and we will have 4-minute overtime.
Yeah, that was a good shot. I mean, that was a good shot right there.
That was a 10-point 4th quarter for Greensburg. For the Spartans, it was a 16-point fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's what we needed. You know, again, the complexity of this ball game for Greensburg has changed completely because they should be walking out of here with the victory. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they played a much better ball game for all 4 quarters than we have.
Yes.
They played phenomenal defense. Their offense not as what they're used to, but nonetheless, the fact that we are in overtime after playing the way that we played those first 3 quarters is a testament again to our boys not giving up. In Greensburg now, again, they have their whole ball game's changed.
An important 4 minutes to be played here in Spartan Bowl on the TV3 game of the week. 38-38 at the end of regulation.
What a ball game. I tell you what, you know, you watching this game on YouTube, you're watching this game on TV3, you know, I would strongly urge you, if you haven't gotten out to this game, to the bowl this year to watch these boys, do yourself a favor, get out there. If you've never been to a ball game, do yourself a favor, come on out here, watch these boys. They're great kids, they're great citizens, and they're fun to watch.
Yeah, their next home game will be on Saturday the 13th. Be playing Muncie Central, and that's a double header really, with the girls playing Garin Catholic and the Spartans will be playing Muncie Central.
Yeah, that's that double.
Yes. We have a jump in the center circle. Spartans control the tip. Silcott gets it in backcourt.
I swear
the Spartans have won the battle of the jump balls tonight, Ron.
Well, Wes Smith, he has springs like he's 7'3". That guy knows how to jump.
Here's Belt, Silcott. Spartans may hold the ball for a while. What do you think?
You know, it wouldn't surprise me, but at the same time, again, let's be a little bit more aggressive than they were those first 3 quarters. Again, play like we played the fourth quarter, be a little bit more aggressive than we were then, and you know, we can walk out of here with a victory. But again, don't be overly aggressive, don't be crazy.
Well, it's so important to get that opening tip at the beginning of the timeout, because
oh yeah, we definitely need it, because again, this is a new ball game for Greensburg. They had control up until that last minute of the ball game. They had control of this game. It was theirs for the picking.
Yes.
You know,
we've taken a minute off the overtime. Spartans working the ball around.
Be impatient. Doesn't
Silcott
matter.
directing traffic. He's the point guard. Out to Reveille.
Yeah, we
like
saw
the Spartans are going to
do a Pendleton Heights.
That's right. That's what happened. Pendleton Heights got the tip. They held the ball for 3 minutes and 58 seconds, I think.
There we go.
Silcott drives around, lays it up and in. 22 points for Garrett Silcott tonight.
That kid's a one-man wrecking crew. I know we're a 4A school and we're a small 4A school. You know,
number 30 fires long, and Greensburg misses a 3, and Spartans grab the rebound. Belt and Reveille bring it up court.
But
Here's Braxton Reveille. Let's take some more time off the clock, the Spartans say.
If Mr. Basketball is like the MVP of the whole state, Garrett Silcott needs to get a lot of votes, because that kid.
Absolutely.
I tell you.
He really is deserving. And
yes, he is. I mean, this kid's, you know, if he's not an all-star by the end of the season, I think there's something wrong.
There's Reveille and Belt. We're at 1:50 on the clock. Half the overtime is over. Spartans up 40-38. Belt drives down, puts it up, misses, fouled. He'll be at the line for a pair.
You know what I like about Noah, his maturity over the years, watching him from being a freshman, is the fact that he's able to do this. He goes inside, he's not afraid. I mean, he got smacked in the face pretty hard earlier, didn't get a call, and that didn't stop him from driving this time.
Belt at the line, fires and hits. Spartans by 3. Second one on his way and good. Spartans by 4. Belt has 11. That's it. Now here come the Pirates. Wellage. He is working the ball around.
Yeah, and they don't, you know, a 3 can't tie the ball game.
A minute and 30 on the clock. Wellage drives down, banks one up and in. Cuts the Spartan lead to 2 with 1:20 on the clock in the overtime. 10 points for number 10.
Yeah, that's all he has, all in this half overtime.
Here's Silcott out at midcourt. Lee comes out to take the pass. We're down to a minute left to play. There's a player on the floor, but no foul called, a Greensburg boy. Slips and falls.
Yeah,
here's Belt with the ball. Foul called on 22 will send Noah Belt at the line.
Yeah, that's the guy you want to put at the line if you're
that's right.
The Spartans. You want him at the line. Noah, 80%'s low for him.
53 seconds left to play in the overtime. Up by Belt and good. I'm glad that kid's calm.
Yeah, Noah has ice in his veins, that kid.
The fans are, misses the shot, 43-40, 51 seconds on the clock. Greensburg with the ball. It would have been a big rebound if the Spartans could have grabbed that ball. Here come the Pirates, down by 3. Number 30 starts to drive down. Feeds the ball out. Spartan fans applauding, trying to urge the Connersville defenders. There's a layup put up and in by number 30 for Greensburg, and they'll call for a timeout. 13 points for the Greensburg player, Comer.
Now we got to just stay calm and
28.6 seconds to go. Spartans with a lead of 1. 43-42.
Definitely without question want to get this possession, get some points, whether they're free points at the line or however. We got to put the ball in the hoop.
Buzzer sounds. Timeout's over. Teams break from their coaches.
Ideally, we would love to have a 3. I mean, that's something we would love to have to push that lead to 4 to give it a 2-possession ball game. But again, got to keep it within,
Spartans inbound and back court.
3-point.
Let's see if Greensburg fouls. Belt flips it in to Lee.
Dalton was wide open.
26 seconds. Goes to Silcott, being pressed in back court. Drives down, breaks through a couple of Greensburg defenders. 17 seconds. There's the foul called as Belt has the ball and Welage fouls him. At the line is Belt. Cool, calm, and collected, I hope, Ron.
Oh, yeah. There's no worry
up
from that
and good. Spartans lead is back to 2, 44-42. Another one would put the Spartans up by 3. Foul on the way. Look, jumps out.
Yeah, definitely
Greensburg
needed that
gets
one right
the ball.
there.
12 seconds to go. What they're going to try for is a 3. And Wellish drives down. Ball worked around. Spartan good defense. Number 30 fires. Misses the rebound lead. A buzzer sounds and the Spartans have
maybe a foul.
What a ball game. 44-42 here tonight. And several thousand fans on hand of Connersville show their appreciation as quite a battle tonight as Connersville comes from behind and wins it 44-42. And Ron, some of the play we saw from the Spartans, you wouldn't think early in this ball game they just couldn't get things to go their way.
Not at all. I thought that this game was going to be the end of the 22-game win streak with the EIAC. Again, nothing was going right. Our shots weren't falling. Our defense was playing well, but our offense just was not running at all. Like we were, as you mentioned the word timid, like we were playing timid in that first 3 quarters. But again, kids are not going to give up.
No, that's what you pointed out several times. You said, hey, these kids aren't going to give up.
No, they're not. And the thing about these boys, again, this reminded me of that Mount Vernon ball game at the sectional last year, where it looked like we were just not going to win that ball game, that everything was going against us. But we found a way to get it to overtime, and we won the ball game in overtime. And this game had all those recipes of that game. And again, this is something for the Spartans to take into the next half of this season. They got the Newcastle game coming up, and that's going to be a barn burner. So, these kids know how to play, and they know how to win.
There's a storybook ending, and the fans of Connersville go home happy.
Yeah. I am very proud of these kids and very proud to watch them play.
Do you have some scoring?
I do.
Okay.
For the Greensburg Pirates, they were led by Drew Comer's 13 points. Johnny Brown, Cole Carter had 4 points. Andrew Welledge had 10 all in the second half and quarter or overtime. No, wait a minute, does he have 10? That's 2, 4, 6, yeah, that's 10. 11 points for Lane Sparks and 4 points for Mason McLeod for the Counters for Spartans. They were led by All World Garrett Sitcott with 22 points. Dalton Lee chipped in 1. Noah Veld had 13. He had the last 6 points at the line there that really gave us some oomph in that overtime. And Wes Smith had 8 points for the Connersville Spartans. Good overall victory for the Spartans. Again, got to get our offense to play as well as, if we could do that, if our offense can play as well as our defense consistently all 4 quarters, we will be unstoppable.
Thanks, Ron. Now let's talk to the coach about tonight's game. Coach, for 3 quarters tonight, it was kind of a Greensburg ball game. Then suddenly something happened in the final 8 minutes, and then another 4.
You're right. I thought they dictated everything for the first 3 quarters, the pace on offense. Defensively, I thought they, kept us out of the lane. And then finally in the 4th quarter, we kind of got going. And I don't know, we just found our stride. We found some more energy in the 4th quarter. Credit our kids. We made some big plays. We took some charges, like Garrett Silcott took 1, Braxton Reveley took 1. We finished, we rebounded, we defended, and we made some shots on this end down here. So it was a great come from behind win, one that didn't look like we were going to get.
What did you do at halftime? Did you make some adjustments, some changes?
Defensively, we played really well. At halftime, their leading scorer had 3 points, and their best player had no points. It was their second leading scorer who was killing us. Now, the only thing we talked about at halftime was just effort and playing with passion and cutting hard and screening, all those things that make you hard to play against. And we just told them, we felt like we were a step slow, and I told them if that was my fault because we practiced too long, we practiced too hard, I needed some help out there tonight.
Greensburg came to town. I know they had every intention of winning this ball game because they put up 70-plus points a game, but look what the Spartans defense did tonight to their average.
Well, and we kind of have to hang our hat on our defense. They're a talented team.
Yes.
They're a well-coached team. They executed very well tonight. Somehow, we just found a way to execute a little bit better than them in that 4th quarter. And again, give our kids credit. They could have, they could have given up. They could have had their heads down, but they stayed positive and made plays to finish the game.
Well, it's got to be a credit to you and your coaches that these kids play the way they do.
Well, maybe a little bit goes to us, but I'm telling you, we've got good kids. And win or lose, we've got good kids. And I think they showed that tonight. They're just good kids, win or lose. We've got really good kids. They're coachable. They do work hard. Sometimes we don't always execute like coaches want us to. But I couldn't ask for a better group of kids.
Coach, it seems to me, watching you over the years, that when the Spartans come out of that tunnel, you can tell these kids, they don't hope to win, they expect to win.
Well, I hope so, and I hope that's part of our system, that's part of the culture that we've tried to develop here where we expect to win. But Connersville's got tradition in basketball, and all these guys, if they know anything about Connersville Spartan basketball, they know there's a long line of tradition here, and we're just trying to represent and continue that culture that was already here and established way before any of us ever thought about. We just keep asking our kids to do the little things, not the great things, but to do all the little things, and that'll add up to championships.
This is quite a team you put together this year.
Well, 11-3. I mean, I don't think anybody thought we would have been where we're at right now, and even me. I thought we would have an okay team, but to be 11-3. But we got a lot of basketball to play. We've got a lot of competition between now and the end of the season, and we've got to get ready for the sectional, and we've got 4 more conference games.
44-42, final overtime here tonight at Spartan Bowl. You made a lot of Connersville fans happy.
And they came out tonight, and I know we had a girls game on the road, and Greensburg's had a girls game on the road, but I thought we had a great crowd here tonight for the weather and then for all the other things that were going on at both schools.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. We'll see you, Fran.
Well, Ron, an exciting night, and it was couldn't say a thrill a minute, but toward the end it was.
Sure it was, because it started going our way. I mean, that's what made it more thrilling. you know, again, it's an honor and a privilege to watch these kids come back from adversity. Again, not playing their best in the beginning. Again, you got to give kudos to Greensburg how well defensively they were playing. But again, you know, we just we're playing our style of offense. But you know, here we are now, walking out of here with a 23-game win streak in the IAC, and
that's right.
You know, again, just very fun to watch this game. Very fun to watch these boys. And I look forward to more of these type of games. But hopefully, walk out on the winning side of the column as the season goes on.
Victory number 11 for the Spartans, number 3 in the conference. They've grabbed the lead of the conference, so a good evening.
Well, you know, I tell you what, you know, Greensburg, I don't think so will lose any more conference games. I mean, they're tough.
Right.
So, you know, we definitely can't falter down on the schedule. If we do, obviously, we'll tie them if they have that one lead, but we don't want to share the crown with anyone. We want to have it all to ourselves. And, you know, again, Greensburg is the king of the conference. Before, you know, when we got into the conference, it was all Greensburg. Now it's us. And you know, again, they're not going to go away anytime soon.
44-42, the final. The Spartans win number 11, as we mentioned. JV team wins 40-33. So an exciting evening for Spartan fans all around, and we hope that you folks here on TV3 have enjoyed the game. That's about it from Spartan Bowl tonight, and Ron and I thank you, as always, for watching Spartan Sports on TV3. Good night, everybody.